Why did the chicken cross the Mobius strip? To get to the same side. Bazinga!
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Sheldon was the best character on The Big Bang Theory.
The ducks in my tub. They're whimsical because ducks have neither a need for nor the ability to use umbrellas.
But you love that spot.
No, I love my mother. My feelings for my spot are much greater.
Well, that's some smart talk from a guy who can't even keep his face in focus.
For this list, we'll be looking at those times when Dr. Sheldon Cooper was the most kind, understanding, unselfish, or hilarious. Leave a comment. Leave a comment. Leave a comment. Number 10, when he says his vows.
I usually know exactly what to say. But in this moment, I have no words.
The first time Amy asked Sheldon to say anything romantic and from the heart, he just quoted the Spider-Man movie.
When I look in your eyes, and you're looking back in mine, everything feels not quite normal. Because I feel stronger and weaker at the same time.
And while that was good enough for Amy at the time, it certainly would not have gone over too well at their wedding. Wedding vows are supposed to be honest and genuine, and truly express your feelings for the person you're marrying. Or if you're going to quote a movie, at least quote Toy Story.
You got troubles? I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together and we can see it through, because you've got a friend in me.
But Sheldon doesn't need help from a superhero this time, even though he is at a loss for words. In fact, it is his loss for words that lead to some of the most romantic words ever spoken on the show.
Even if I can't tell you now how I feel, I will spend my life showing you how much I love you.
Number 9, when he moons the audience.
I can't do this. I'm going to faint.
Right here, drink this. It'll relax you.
Alcohol? I don't drink alcohol.
Fine, faint.
Sheldon doesn't drink alcohol very often, but when he does, he gets drunk. And drunk Sheldon is comic gold. This was the case with his Chancellor's Award for Science acceptance speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor, Dr. Sheldon Cooper.
Thanks, Shorty. I'll take it from here.
His friends all try to help him get over his fear of public speaking, but nothing works as well as the bottles of wine on the table at the banquet.
Aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen, and oxygen, and nitrogen, and rhenium.
By the time Dr. Cooper hits the stage to accept his award, he is good and drunk, which leads to a great speech filled with bad jokes, science puns, a few insults, and Sheldon mooning the audience, which he doesn't remember until watching it on YouTube the next morning.
Now for the astronomers in the audience, get ready to see the dark side of the moon. And here's Uranus.
Number 8, when Howard's mum dies.
Yeah, you okay? No. What's wrong? My mom died.
Saying the wrong thing at the wrong time is kind of Sheldon Cooper's forte. Think making out with Amy on their anniversary and stopping to ask her if he should start watching The Flash.
Do you think I should start watching the Flash TV show?
So when Howard got the sad news that his mother had passed away, you can understand everyone being a little nervous when Sheldon asks if he could say something.
May I say something?
Not right now, Sheldon.
But I think it would be comforting.
Buddy, no, it's okay. What?
But having suffered through the loss of a parent himself, Sheldon understands Howard's grief better than anyone else there, and is actually able to say the right thing at the right time.
When I lost my own father, I didn't have any friends to help me through it. You do.
Number 7, when he gives his Nobel Prize speech.
Because this honor doesn't just belong to me. I wouldn't be up here if it weren't for some very important people in my life.
Sheldon loves to talk about how smart he is, and has always dreamed of winning the Nobel Prize. So you would think that a Nobel Prize acceptance speech would be the perfect storm of those two things coming together.
I was under a misapprehension that my accomplishments were mine alone. Nothing could be further from the truth.
But in a heartwarming and tear-inducing moment, Sheldon uses the platform as a way to honor his friends, rather than selfishly praise himself.
I have been encouraged, sustained, inspired, and tolerated not only by my wife, but by the greatest group of friends anyone ever had.
The scene comes at the end of the final episode of the series, and truly exemplifies just how far Sheldon's character has evolved over the course of 12 years.
I apologize if I haven't been the friend you deserve, but I want you to know, in my way, I love you all.
Number 6, when he gives Howard his spot. There are few things, if any, in the world that Sheldon cares about more than his spot on the couch.
What's in the bag?
It's for Howard.
No, Sheldon, you can't fix this with gifts.
Nevertheless, I've hurt you, and whether you forgive me or not, I want you to have this.
It is the center of his universe, and unless you're his Mima, you ain't allowed to sit there.
Look at you, sitting in Sheldon's spot. You know, I don't even get to sit there.
Yeah. And you never will.
But when he is the reason that Howard doesn't get security clearance to work on a DoD project, Sheldon feels so bad that he gives Howard his spot.
You're giving me a couch cushion?
No, the cushion is merely symbolic. I'm giving you my spot on the couch.
It's a truly great moment that elicits a genuine reaction of shock and amazement from the studio audience, and tears from Raj. And sure, within a minute and a half he takes his spot back, but for those 94 seconds, Sheldon definitely was the best.
I gotta tell you, Sheldon, I understand why you chose this spot. I mean, the temperature's good, but there's no draft. I can see the television, but I can still talk
I
to...
changed my mind, get out of my spot.
Number 5, when he saves Leonard's life.
The trick is to mix it in a Tovex in order to create a combustible gel that will generate over 8,000 kilonewtons of thrust.
Won't work.
While some might find a little ambiguity as to what makes someone the best character in any given situation, we assume we can all agree that saving someone's life earns you a best moniker.
You don't see your mistake, do you?
There's no mistake.
This is for a full-scale rocket, not a model.
Well, I've adjusted the formula.
Not correctly.
And that is exactly what Sheldon did shortly after Leonard moved into the apartment. In the great flashback episode, we found out that the elevator broke when a canister of rocket fuel exploded.
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
A bad thing, a very bad thing. Get the door, get the door, get the door, get the door, get the door!
We also learned that Leonard had created the explosion and would have blown up with it had Sheldon not pushed him out of the way and closed the elevator doors.
Give me that.
What'd you do that for? I had plenty of time.
You're welcome.
He saved Leonard's life and didn't knock on him to the authorities.
Not only did Sheldon save my life, he didn't rat me out to the landlord, or the police, or Homeland Security.
Number 4, when he's smart smashed Sheldon.
You know what we should do?
I'll get vasectomy so this doesn't happen to us.
When Howard finds out Bernadette is pregnant, he starts freaking out about how much it's going to cost. To calm him down, the guys take him out for a drink, and Sheldon downs a few cocktails.
Forget helium. The real superfluid is the fruit punch in this mug. It reminds me of my daddy's secret don't tell mama juice.
And while alcohol tends to make most of us less intelligent, a drunk Sheldon is still a genius Sheldon. So when Howard comes up with a great idea for a guidance system and the guys need Sheldon to focus and confirm their math, he is able to do so without hesitation.
This may be the rum talking, but as long as the unpinning rate of the vortices is kept within 1.1 and 1.3, the Magnus force issue should be negligible.
Even drunk, he's still smarter than all of us.
He then throws in words of encouragement about Howard's ability to be a good father. And there he is, being the best again.
You and I both know how hard it is growing up without a father. That's why I'm confident you're gonna be the best dad you can be.
Thank you, Sheldon.
You're welcome.
Number 3, when he stands up for Amy.
We did it!
We did it?
We did it!
Sheldon and Amy's road to the Nobel Prize definitely had a few bumps in it. But possibly the biggest one is when the two Fermilab scientists want Sheldon to kick Amy off of the nomination to increase the chances that the three of them will win.
Wait, so you want to cut Amy out?
No, of course not.
We don't want to, but we're going to.
Since he was a child, there was nothing that Sheldon wanted more than a Nobel Prize. But that was before he met Amy and discovered what it felt like and what it meant to be in love.
I don't want to be the reason that you don't win a Nobel.
You're the only reason I deserve one.
So, even though Amy tells him to do it because she knows how important it is to him, he again avoids the selfish route and instead puts his foot down with the university president.
Amy and I did this together, and I will not be part of an award that does not recognize the value of her contributions. So, you either include both of us in the recommendation letter or don't bother writing one.
Number 2, when he takes Penny to the hospital. Sheldon loves superheroes, and in one uplifting episode, it's he who dons the metaphorical superhero cape and comes to the aid of an ailing woman in need.
All right, let it never be said that Sheldon Lee Cooper ignored the pleas of a damsel in distress.
That woman is Penny, and she needs him because she fell in the shower and dislocated her shoulder. It isn't the smoothest ride, but Sheldon does help her get dressed, drives her to the hospital, and brings her home.
Okay, now you gotta help me get my arm into the sleeve.
Okay.
Is that my arm?
But this hero's job isn't done yet. In one final act of caring heroism, Sheldon sings Penny Soft Kitty. Isn't he just the best?
Soft kitty, warm kitty,
Soft kitty, warm kitty.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. When he tells Amy he loves her, before she can say it first.
I don't want you to say it just because social convention dictates
I
that
love you too.
You said it.
There's no denying I have feelings for you that can't be explained in any other way.
When he asks Penny not to crush Leonard, tries to protect his friend.
Penny,
What?
please don't hurt my friend.
That is the last thing I want to do.
Thank you.
When he gets bongos. No haircut, so carefree Sheldon totally rocks.
Hello, Leonard. Do you like my bongos? Bet you didn't know that I had bongos.
When he builds Shellbot. Now that's the best mobile virtual presence device.
I just want to say I'm a big fan. You're my 15th favorite technological visionary.
Only 15th?
It's still 6 spots above Steve Jobs.
When he explains rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. Just being able to recite the rules so smoothly.
Scissors cuts paper, paper covers rock. Rock crushes lizard, lizard poisons Spock. Spock smashes scissors, scissors decapitates lizard, lizard eats paper, paper disproves Spock, Spock vaporizes rock, and as it always has, rock crushes scissors.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, when he proposes to Amy. Sheldon is the kind of guy who likes to plan, research, and really think things through before making any major decisions, such as buying a new gaming system. But when it comes to proposing to Amy, all it takes is a kiss. Sure, the kiss comes from another woman, but the second it happens, there's no hesitation on Sheldon's part as he stands up, walks out of the room, gets on a plane, and arrives at Amy's door. Deciding between PS4 or Xbox One is hard, but when the choice is Amy or any other woman in the world, Sheldon knows exactly what he wants.
Will you marry me?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.